Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Pleasure to be with you well into 2025 and some cool weather in Central Ohio these days, but a pleasure to have you with us. We are in the kind of the warm lobby of Fairfield Federal downtown, so we're pleased about that. There are great days to be outside across the street with the festival and in the bandstand, but today's not one of those. We're glad we're inside, and it's a nice day to be here. We'll start the show today with really one of my favorite places. I was thinking I've probably been a member on and off of the Fairfield County YMCA probably for more than 60 years, and it's one of the treasures I think we have here in Lancaster, and we're just fortunate to have him. I got the executive director of the Fox Family Y, Jason Boothe. Jason, welcome.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate having me.
One of the great places. As far as I'm concerned, I can remember I went to General Sherman, didn't live about a mile from the Y. I went to General Sherman, and I think it was Y Teens or was something called like that. I was in something at Sherman, and there were events held at the Y because that was one of the public places then. But I just think back and the pool, and I can remember the weight room back then was like one little universal thing. It was like one thing where you lifted in one thing, and that was the weight room back in those days. That wasn't a big deal, and to see where that's come now is amazing. So a great place.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and we appreciate your membership and all your support.
Yeah, gone from a membership to Silver Sneaker, so I've kind of come in the full circle now.
I'm still a member,
and you'll take it.
We love it. Yeah.
So we're, as we indicated, we're well into 2025 now. When you look back at 2024, what kind of year was it for the Y?
It was a great year. A lot of planning for the future, as you're always doing. But as far as membership goes, we were up over 12% for the year.
Great.
Programs being added. We added some before and after school care opportunities at the two elementary schools in Fairfield Union and Bloom Carroll. So we've got 3 of those locations getting back into that program offering. So we're excited. It was about that, and it was just a great year overall, and we're excited for even more to come.
When you look at the, and I'm somebody that uses the River Valley campus, when that opened up, I started going there, and everybody kind of has their own place. They either love going to 6th Avenue or they love going to River Valley campus. I'm going to River Valley campus when I go out there. And have you found out that was just a great add-on to complete the Y?
Oh yeah, phenomenal. Obviously the facility is beautiful. To complement our older one, you should say. It's over 60 years old at 6th Avenue, but it's got amazing things itself that the River Valley does not have. But you're right, you talk to members and some won't set foot in 6th Avenue. It's too far away, it's whatever, or some won't drive all the way out to River Valley.
Another mile, I'm not doing that.
From where I'm from, that's like, we would walk that far back, but that's okay. It's a great offering, and some people go to both. We love having that flexibility with our size Y. It's huge for us.
Yeah, it's a great. Each one is a great facility. Going upstairs, when I used to go to the original Y, the 6th Avenue Y, going upstairs was always a pleasure. Once they remodeled that and built that whole thing in conjunction with the hospital, once upon a time when they built that was kind of the state of the art thing. Well, it's still state of the art, but now it's maybe increased even beyond that. And out there at River Valley campus, that's a big deal with the upstairs, the track and the bikes, but then the weight room down there and all the cardio stuff. That's a nice facility.
It is a beautiful facility, and I encourage anyone that hasn't seen it, come out and take a look. We'll show you around. You'll be impressed. I'm sure of it.
Jason Boothe from the Fairfield County YM. Is it still YMCA?
No, it's the YMCA. In 1985, we merged.
Okay.
The YWCA was here in 1917, or 1913, excuse me, and then the YMCA came to town in 1927, and in 85 we merged. So we're just known as the YMCA.
I want to be correct here. I don't want to get anything wrong here when I talk about the Y, because it's a good place. So 24, a great year, improving, things going well. Moving into 25, I understand there's some things going on here too. Always is.
Oh yeah. I was always looking ahead. What's next? What can we do to our facilities to make them better, more attractive, more usable, more user friendly. So we've engaged with an architect to show us what can be done. How do we renovate 6th Avenue? I mean, the building's over 60 years old. And we have the Recplex out on off of East Main Street that needs some attention as well. So what are the options? What can be done? What is realistic? Like what walls do we need to knock down, if any? Maybe it's just aesthetics, and so it's a wide swath of potential opportunities or possibilities, but that's what the architect is going to help us determine. So we're excited to see what that comes back with. We'll then be able to see, okay, here's what we'd like to do, and then we can go out and see how much will that cost, and then where the rubber meets the road, how much can we raise? How much can we realistically afford to go for? And anything is going to be great. So we're excited for whatever road we go down with that. We did get off to a good start though in 2024. Our dehumidifier for the Wendell Pool, the big pool that the high schools and our youth swim team uses and the community members use, the dehumidifier is dead. I mean, it's the original 24 years old. And so we had great support from Representatives Miller and LeRae and Senator Schaefer, and they helped us get some state money to help pay for that replacement. So that has been ordered, and we should have it here in the next month or so. From what I hear, it's soon. So that's a huge start to a very critical piece, something that people don't really see or appreciate or understand, but it's a large piece of equipment, about the size of a train car, that dehumidifies the air and treats the air in that Wendell Pool to keep it safe and comfortable. Without that, you would notice it really quickly if you didn't have it. So we're glad to get that out of the way, so then this campaign can focus on more customer-facing issues and aesthetics and rooms that are used for this or that, or different programs we can add, et cetera. So,
and I don't follow them all the time until I see a headline about them, but the Y swimmers have had great success.
Yeah. Both our youth swim team and then obviously the high schools that compete there, but specifically our youth swim team we've sent several to nationals, and they've done very well.
Stingrays? I don't know.
The Lancaster Y swim team, LYST, LIST for short, Stingrays. Yeah, they're about 110 kids right now, which is a wonderful program, great opportunity for kids to be involved with a sport that is it's a very good sport, for aerobically and to stay in shape, but just to stay active. And it's a wonderful part of our program, including our gymnastics program, which is out at the Recplex. They're also very successful and about the same size. So.
And I'd kind of forgotten about the Recplex, but we actually did a show out there. I don't know if it was last year or when, but we did a show out there on, of all things, pickleball.
Oh, wow.
And
surprising.
it's unbelievable. The growth and the enthusiasm that people have for that sport.
Yeah. I wish our Recplex could be twice the size, because we could have 12, 16 courts and they'd be full.
Well, Olivedale have now added stuff out there,
and
outdoor
that's great.
courts.
Yeah, those are great to have.
There's just not enough.
In the summer, and we've even put in this summer, late this summer, we added some very large ceiling fans to help move the air in the Recplex. So hopefully that will make it a little bit more tolerable in the summer, because we don't have air conditioning in that space. We have heat, but no air conditioning. So those fans will help, hopefully, allow the pickleballers to feel more comfortable to come in the summer if Olivedale is full, because being outside is obviously the best place to be in the summer, but we're still open and would love for them to come by. But those fans are another great addition, just so that we can maximize. We only have 6 courts and they're used all the time.
Yeah, a friend of mine is Joyce Cox, and she's become kind of the local champ around here. She goes to other tournaments around here and areas around like Columbus and places, and wins and finishes high up in there. But I can imagine those courts, as you indicated, they're That used to be like that, let's say in the 70s, the tennis courts out at
Yeah.
Rising Park,
Yeah.
that was about the only ones. Parks were building some others then, but you just couldn't get on the courts.
Right.
And you couldn't do it, and I'm sure that's the way it is in looking at pickleball now and how it's running. I mean, it's probably wall to wall.
It's very busy, but we still maintain our tennis offerings, and it's a balancing act of giving time to meet the various demands of the customers of the community. It doesn't have to be members. Just
I wondered about that. So you could be somebody that would play out there and not be a member
correct. Yep.
of the Y.
Yeah, it's just a different price. We
Yeah.
charge for
Sure.
the tennis and the pickleball open plays, and it's just a cheaper price for members.
How about summer camp? That's still alive and well?
Alive and well. We had about 70 kids a week this last summer for 9 weeks, and we're going to have 10 weeks this year, and hope to get that closer to 100 kids, but we have room for more. And yeah, it's a wonderful program, and we've partnered with the YMCA of Central Ohio recently to oversee all of our child care, so we have access to a lot of resources and expertise to help us grow that program, including the summer camp.
That's again, I believe in the commitment the Y makes in the community. They do more than just play basketball at the Y. It's a 12-month 365 facility there, and the things that the Y does in the community to help with youth, to help physical fitness, to do things, the swimming, to keep the young kids engaged like that. It's a great reason to have the Y in town, and you just do a great job.
Well, thank you. Yeah, but what people don't realize is that yes, we're a gym. We have those opportunities, but we sell a lot more than that. We sell access to a lot of programs. When you're there, you're belonging. You belong there, and it's a community. So access, belonging, and community is something that you don't really get at other options in town. Not that they're bad options, but they're pretty much just a gym. We have so much more. Swim lessons, childcare, group fitness, you name it. I mean, it's that what YMCA's do, or should do, what I want to do is not come into a community and say, here's what we're going to offer. It's to ask the questions, what does the community need? And then the YMCA most likely has a program to offer to meet that need. Whether it's diabetes prevention, to weight management, to offering a gym,
they've
to
had
offering
Parkinson's classes.
We have Parkinson's. We have Live Strong for cancer survivors. I mean, it's whatever the community need is. There's probably something that the YMCA can help with.
It's a great facility, and it's about time to get out of here, but I just want to mention, I'm thinking about when we used to have snow days over there at Sherman. That was so cool because that meant the Y was open, and it was wall-to-wall basketball. All the grade school kids were at the Y. You still do that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, we still have very busy. We've been very busy in January with the closures and the cold weather, and so. But that's to be expected. It's New Year's resolutions, so we welcome it.
Jason Boothe, Executive Director of the Y. You do a great job there. Thanks to you and your staff for what you do, and as you kick off this capital campaign, we'll get you back. We'll kind of see where that leads. I'm sure you're excited to find out, too.
We are excited, yes. Yes, sir.
Jason Boothe with the Y. We'll be back in just a moment.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve homeownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
The reason why I do what I do is I love helping people, and I really love to work on understanding and striving to improve the lives of the people in our community. Being in Fairfield County is having a network of people around you.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
What makes Fair Hope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fair Hope what it is.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
At Fairfield DD, there are a lot of things to be excited about in 2025. We've launched a new website that has a ton of great information for the community. We also have implemented a brand new strategic plan where we lay out steps that we'll take in the next few years to move our mission forward. As always, community partnerships and collaboration help us succeed, as together we move as one. March is right around the corner, and with it comes Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Fairfield DD is excited to participate in a wide range of events that raise awareness and build a community that values every person. Find out more at fairfielddd.com.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate being with us on a cool, crisp day in Lancaster and Fairfield County. And those are the kind of days that can be challenging for lots of businesses, for nonprofits, for things around Lancaster and Fairfield County. And one of those I suspect we'll talk about is the Fairfield County Humane Society. And cool weather can probably be a challenge for them. And the young man to talk about that is Corey Schoonover, director of the Fairfield Area Humane Society. Not too cold for you to make it out. You're here. You're all bundled up.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. It's still a little cold for me to come out, but to come visit and talk to you anytime.
So I have to imagine, well, we'll get to that, but so here we are, early 2025, things are moving into the new year. Let's take a look back on 2024. Always a tremendous amount of things going up there on the hill. Yeah. You guys, one of the coolest places in terms of how you keep renovating and reinventing yourself and adding things. I'm not sure there's many things you don't do anymore, but you've really taken on a lot over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yes, I appreciate the notice. Really, there's always, what's Corey doing? I think my board of directors feels the same way. Like every month, like what does he have in store? Like when they ask what's the agenda. So, there is a lot going on, and 2024 it was a different challenge. So if you back up a couple years, COVID brought us a whole different ball game in terms of people being home, people wanting to adopt, and then we kind of got the backlash of that after the fact when people started going back to work. And then, so you kind of saw a little of that. And then 2024 was really, I was kind of economy driven, if you will. So being a private nonprofit and relying on donations, you have, that has its own ebbs and flows, right? And then adoptions, we saw a huge change from dog adoptions kind of slowed down to we started adopting more cats.
Really?
And I think it's we're always so busy, and I think some people feel like if you like to get out, go somewhere on the weekends, a cat is the easier animal to leave at home, right? For a couple days by itself, extra food, clean litter box, and you're good to go. So we saw a bunch of different changes, and then we started building another building up there because we're running out of room. I don't know how many more of those I can build in that same spot. It's kind of getting a little crazy there.
Might have to build a second story. You might have to build up. The footprint probably can't get much bigger.
Yeah, we definitely have talked about can we go up, but
Sure.
I don't know if that's going to work. But
Well, it's a great place up there with the park and the buildings right there. It's just become a great setting up there, and the things you do in terms of things you do now for especially dogs and cats in terms of veterinary kind of things. You guys have really opened that up to almost there's not much you probably don't do.
No, I don't really think so. Even our vet clinic, and I'm glad that you mentioned it. We're still not an emergency clinic, but when I have people ask, like, yes, we're a real vet clinic. I have at any given day, we have 3 veterinarians in there. Wow. There's spay and neuter surgery going on. There's dentals going on. Your regular appointments. We just really don't do those emergency overnight stay type of situations. But there's just, if the need has been there, we've found a way to add it, and I think that's why you see us continuing to grow. There is that need, and I think for us, as long as the support is still there, so people see it like, hey, you're doing good things, we're going to support you, and I don't sit on my hands with it. We just continue to grow. So you'll continue to see buildings from me somewhere, somehow, if we need the space and the demand from the communities there.
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword. The growth is needed, the growth is wanted by you and the agency there, yeah. But there's this little thing called funding, yeah. And that's always always follow the money. You can always do that, and generally you see what's going on. And for you, that's no different. As you say, a nonprofit, you've got some things coming up here to try to help the cause.
Yeah, absolutely. It's expensive to feed, house, maintain up to 130 animals at a time. Wow. and offer the services and things that we do at, I would even say a very thin margin. You can say, hey, we have a vet clinic. You look at our prices, it's there for the benefit of the community, not to make a ton of money, right? So this fundraiser that we're talking about, it's called Raise the Woof.
Nice.
On February 8th. It's our first venture into something a little fancier than what we normally do. So I don't want to premise with we'll see how it goes, but I feel like let's see how it goes. We're having it at the Mill here in Lancaster.
Nice event center.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It is a sit-down dinner and a show.
Will you have different clothing? Will this bring you to a suit and tie?
Not necessarily.
Shocking.
Yes, I'm kind of, I'm dressed for the, hey, go out and check your animals outside today, but business casual is kind of where I am with it. So, a fancier dinner buffet. We have a comedian, we have a magician, and a hypnotist, or is it comedian, magician, and then a hypnotist? Someone thinks that they're going to be able to hypnotize me and get me to cut my hair. And I'm thinking you're probably leading that charge. I don't.
It comes up.
Yes, it comes up. I get it. So, so a little fancier. So it's $125 a ticket. It is a ticketed event. We're doing silent auction. So it's really just an opportunity to come out, a little pre-Valentine's Day, come out and support a good cause. And again, we're trying something a little different. We've got a ton of donations and support and sponsorships from the community and different businesses wanting to help us out. So I'm hoping it's just come out, have a good time, and really kick the year off right and put us, on the right path to a successful year.
Well, I can't think if you're looking to help some of the local, and it's always better to shop local, stay local. This is one of those things here with the Humane Area Society, and February the 8th, the date. Now, how can tickets be purchased?
So we made it hopefully as simple as possible. We actually have an event page on our website at fairhumane.org. You can actually go to that event page. There is a link to purchase tickets. But if it's one of those you're not comfortable doing them online, really just give us a call, 740-687-0627. And then we can work that out. I've had some people just drop off a check. I've had some people go ahead and mail that in. So as we get closer, you probably just want to call. If you're a last minute person, kind of like I am, but I'm going to say for the fellas out there, what's the quickest way to a woman's heart? Animals and food. I'm just
bingo.
That works for my wife, so I'm thinking like, hey, most of you are probably right there. So if you're trying to find something to do on a Saturday night, it's 6 to 10. There will be again, food, entertainment, obviously drinks. I need you to have
adult beverages.
I need you to have some adult beverages so you can whip out that checkbook and get some cool silent auction items. Maybe there will be hey, I'll pay this much for Corey to cut his ponytail off. I don't know yet, but
that could be added,
because I could donate it and then I can grow it back. So I think it could be a win-win for everybody. So I expect Paul to be there.
Be a big supporter of that. Corey Schoonover with us. He's the executive director of the Fairfield Area Humane Society. So as we look ahead to 2025, and assuming this goes well, and there are things that this will help with the new year, obviously, day-to-day stuff, but then future stuff too. How's the wish list? Is it still going on for the new year?
My wish list currently is to be efficient. So efficiency is kind of the tagline. I'm not real sure if you come and use our services, you're going to hear it, but I'm hoping that you'll see it. So we have this new building happening to where we're going to be moving our grooming services up there. I think we've talked about before, but we have a mobile unit where we can do some mobile surgeries, but that unit's going to be stored inside up there. But that building has a new surgery suite, so we have a stray cat TNR program. We call it Beat the Heat. But last year, 2024, we did over 1,000 community stray and feral cats around the county. So this building's going to help us expand those services. So I think you're going to see some administrative offices go up there. And then we've already started shifting things around. So in the vet clinic, we've taken over some space from our old grooming area and our break room, and we're just trying to make this space more efficient, right? So unfortunately, I can't build up and out as often as I want. So it's like, how do you really make that efficient, right? So I think the goal for 2025, we're gonna keep growing. We're going to keep helping animals. We do over 1,000 adoptions with our eyes closed now, but it's those other services that we want to tweak, make better accessible to the community. And what I mean by that, I feel like they are accessible, whether it's how soon you can get in or the cost of it, but it's like, I think we can do better to serve more. And I think right now my staff's working on a t-shirt. You're probably going to see me more in like something that says I'm efficient on it most of the year. More of a joke because they're already tired of me preaching it, and we're only a month in, so we'll see how it goes.
We want to get back and get all the highlights on how the tickets and stuff go, but just a quick comment on the winter. Tough winter this year compared to what it has been for several years. Does that make your job a little more challenging?
It does, and I will say, so this is my 15th year as the director of the Humane Society, and I will say that I think our education piece for wintertime care of outside animals or bringing them inside has gotten a lot better. But we're still getting those calls, and I don't think we've experienced this cold for a couple years. So we've been out the last few days, the last couple weeks, kind of given a little more, re-educating.
Sure.
Right? So if we can get you to bring him, like, if you call and you're upset because you keep seeing the same dog outside with a dog house and some straw, but you want it to be inside, so do we, right? I mean, my dog's at home probably laying on my side of the bed, technically where she shouldn't be, but you know what I mean? Like, that's where my dogs are, that's where our dogs are. We do this because we care. but we're also limited to what the law states, what we can enforce. And really, if you want to see the laws changes, there's a few levels above me that you need to get to have those conversations and to really make a difference. So I always tell people, see something, say something. Yeah. We're going to come check it out, and we start with, hey, is there a possibility you can bring your dog inside today? But if you can't, here's what we're seeing. So right now my humane officers are driving around with straw in the back of their vehicles. So if that's at minimum something we can add, we're going to do that. And that's really where we are with it right now, educating. And really, if you're not going to let us educate you, we can go the other
There's
way.
Plan B.
We can seize your animal, and we can file charges, and we can see you in court in a couple weeks.
And you don't want that. You want that as a
No.
last alternative.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to keep animals in their homes, but we want it to be done right. And if it's not done right, then we will remove them.
February the 8th, the name of the event is?
Raise the Woof.
Raise the Woof.
Yes.
It's down at the mill. It's just a fun evening, a lot going on, a lot of opportunities, silent auction, a lot of chance to really help the Area Humane Society. The website is fairfieldhumane.org.
Fairhumane.org.
Fairhumane.org. You can get tickets on there. You can call them up. The phone number?
740-687-0627.
It's a good cause, one of the great places around. We're fortunate to have it the way it's grown here, and it's still doing great work. The Area Humane Society Executive Director, Corey Schoonover. Good luck on that. We'll see how that haircut thing goes. We'll just we'll check that out as we move forward.
Appreciate it.
Corey's with us from the Area Humane Society. Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.